Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name's Sasha. I love reviewing indie eyeshadow palettes. I do a lot of those, multiple eye look videos, a lot of makeup content here, some unboxings, some hauls. So if you guys are into that, then make sure to subscribe to my channel because I love to have you guys here. And for today's video, I'm so beyond excited because I'm going to be reviewing the Glaminatrix Into the Night palette. Yes, you guys, I got my hands on it, and that day when this launched, I actually had my alarms on because I was out. I had multiple alarms on so that way I don't miss it. And since I got my earlier alarm on, I just parked because I was out with the kids, and I parked in a parking lot and then just waiting for the launch, and as soon as it launched, I freaking checked out, and this is a launch I'm like beyond excited for. I already done one eye look earlier. I love the look I created earlier. I'm actually gonna do a talk with you guys tutorial with that one because I just wanted to show you guys my first impressions on it, because last two videos I did a more of a talk over kind of thing, showing you guys some quick tutorial because sometimes my videos end up being too long. I don't mean to, but I'm just gonna do one more eye looks with you guys. So for this video, I'm gonna be showing you guys two different eye looks, and for this second look I'm doing, not sure what we're gonna do. I'm thinking more dramatic because the last look I did was more of a wearable neutral, like if it was a very wearable look. So currently this palette is sold out, you guys. Unfortunately it's sold out, but I'm sure they're gonna bring it back. But I'm so happy because this time it wasn't a pre-order. I prefer the palette to be more available like right away, and they would always do pre-orders, and I feel like it would always be a long wait. But I'm so glad they just had the palettes ready to go. And gosh, you guys, I'm so happy. So this is the color story. I want to show you guys some swatches, but it is such a unique color story. It's so beautiful, very unique. Such a versatile palette, so beautiful. It's like a mix of grungy tones, some neons. I love neons, I love neons, I love grungy tones, I love dark colors, I love shimmers. These shimmers, oh, they're very beautiful. They're actually, I prefer the shimmers in this one comparing to the Nocturnal palette. I love the Nocturnal palette so much, but this one, I feel like the formula is a little bit improved. It feels a lot more smoother and more special, more like, I haven't tested all the shades on my eyelids, but just comparing the swatches of what I remember, they just look better than the Nocturnal palette. Like, I love the Nocturnal palette. I think the Nocturnal palette is really wearable. This one's just like a step up. So I'm gonna give you guys some facts real quick. So this palette retails for around $56. It is an Australian brand, so the shipping, it is pretty costly. It's like around $20, but if you're able to find a discount code online, then you'll be able to get $10 off. So you get two extreme metallic, which are these two shades, and they are freaking extreme. They are beautiful, beautiful. I will show you guys on my fingertips right now. So the shade 2 Shelf, just to show you guys how extreme they look, and After Dark. So all the shimmers in this palette, they are great. No complaints about the shimmers at all. See how extreme they are? So let's just do little swatches right here. Ooh. So are these like shifty? This one kind of leans like a little purple and pink. It's such a beautiful shade. I love pinks. You guys know that I love pink. And then silvers, I don't really have a lot of silvers in my collection, but this is definitely probably the most extreme silver I have in my collection. It's really pretty. It kind of leans kind of bluish, like a bluish gray and then silver. So it's not like supposed to be super shifty. They're supposed to be like metallics, but I'm just telling you guys the different colors I see. And the other shimmers are duochrome. So we get, let's see, we get 3 duochromes. So 1, 2, 3. So I think the amount of shimmers, well, you know what I mean, I prefer more shimmers and mattes, but you know, you get different color mattes. You get 2 neon mattes, which I love these 2 shades. And you get like some neutral shades too, like a cool tone brown. This cool tone brown is really good. And 2 different greens. This one's kind of like a greenish blue kind of shade. It leans more green than blue, but this shade, it's like a very dark, like a very dark purple blue shade, like very dark. And this is like a more of a burgundy shade, but the duochromes are so pretty, especially this one. This one was so special. This one's that's the one I used on my first look. You guys will see, but I can show you guys some swatches real quick. So Happy Hour is beautiful too. This one leans like a pink and orange. These duochromes is definitely an improvement comparing to the Nocturnal palette. And then on the rocks, ooh, this one's so soft. So be careful when you dip your finger. It's kind of crumbling too. That one, like, it gives a beautiful texture look. Like, it's so beautiful. It's like very wearable shade. And the shade Bustling. Oh, this one's so pretty. I'm going to compare this shade with the shade Luna from the Nocturnal palette. I am very positive they're both completely different. I'm sorry, guys. You guys, I'm just so excited. But I'm sure this shade is way different comparing to Luna. But I'm going to show it with you guys. I haven't done it before the camera, but I just remember from memory that they're both different. I mean, they both seem like they will be different. So this is, oh, this one's so pretty. So that shade is Happy Hour. Ooh, that's Happy Hour. Beautiful. I love this shade. And then this shade, the next shade is On the Rocks. Love this shade. I love seafoam green. So this one leans to a purple to a seafoam green. And on the eyelids, that one is so specklish, beautiful. So that's On the Rocks. Ooh, definitely a huge improvement, guys. Bustling. Let me put it right here. This one, purple and blue shifts, but the sparkles is like kind of tealish, but it's so like neon vibes. It's very glowy. So I love that they add like a glowy duochrome. Beautiful duochrome. So I'm kind of sad there's only 3 duochromes though, because I just love special shades, and those shades are really good. I'm so impressed with the quality. I also have the Glamorous palette and the Nearly Natural palette, but I don't think they have similar shades from the Into the Night palette. But just so you guys can see, I'm going to compare the shade Luna from the Nocturnal palette. This one's way different. This one leans more darker, and while the other one's more highlighter vibe, like very bright. So the shade Luna shifts like a teal with a brown base, while the shade Bustling, it's very bright. So it's blue to purple, but it's a very neon vibes. So just so you guys compare, they're completely different. I don't know. I just thought it would be fun to compare those 2 shades. So now I just want to compare 2 more shades. So the shade Milky Way from the Nocturnal palette. Let's just get that shade. They're both completely different. Completely different. I know from the pan it looks similar, but they're not. They're completely different. And the shade Happy Hour from the Into the Night palette. I think I love the Happy Hour more. So completely different shades. So Milky Way has a green to like a light orange shift, while Happy Hour is more like a purplish orange, almost giving like a little neon vibe too. So they're completely different shades. If you guys are wondering if, you know, if the shades have similar shades between the 2 palettes. So we're just gonna jump into the looks. So I'm gonna just show you guys the first one, and then I'm gonna do the second one with you guys in just a bit. I'm gonna do my very first look with you guys. So this is my first look, my first impressions almost. So I already done the swatches earlier, but I just want to do something real quick, something that I'm gonna go out with to pick up my daughter. I'm gonna pick her up. I'm gonna leave here about 30 minutes, so I need to do something quick. And I wanted to do another look later, so I'm trying to save some time because I took the weekend off. But yeah, I just want to do something fast. So I know my next look, I think I'm gonna do 2 looks for this video. I want it to be something I could wear for the rest of the day. So I know this looks gonna be so pretty. So, oh my gosh. But I just want something to be wearable. I really want to play with these greens. So I think I'm gonna use this green first, this shade Cocktails. I want to test that out. Same look. Yeah, this one's, oh, it's very light. So you could definitely do like super wearable looks. And it's really soft too. So when I did the swatches real quick, I mean, it took me like an hour to do the swatches because I built up the swatches and I don't have stencils. This shade was very thin. Like, it took me a while to build up, but it's building up nicely. It's a very nice green. I love the other shade, the Showbiz shade. I think I'm going to use that shade too. Use the shade Showbiz. Oh, I love this shade. It's such a nice, like, blue, greenish, slate kind of blue, green, slate kind of blue. I don't know. It's such a gorgeous shade. This one's a little bit hard pressed. There's more kickback to this one. And I'm just going to deepen up my crease. Ooh, yeah, this one. Yeah, this one felt a little bit more drier. Like it's pigmented comparing to the cocktails. The cocktail shade was way softer. So I'm just doing this real quick, just deepening up my crease a little bit. So I feel like these greens, you might have to work with them a little bit because they're the green shades. But yeah, I just feel like doing a green look right now to go out in real quick. Let me bring that cocktail shade, that same green I use. Let me just add it right here. I forgot to do that, but yeah, this shade is easy. I think the Showbiz shades, you have to work with that one a little bit, especially if you're using these two blue greenish shades together. Like always, I always put NYX glitter glue, so I'm gonna do it real quick. And I'm just putting it on each lid and then just spreading it. I want to use this shade, honestly, on the rocks. I know I'm doing like a monochromatic look, but I'm just feeling the greens, man. This is like one of my favorite shades. I haven't used it on the eyes yet, so are we gonna do it the whole lid? I think we are. Oh, that's so pretty. I love the shifts to this one. This one has like peach, green. It's really sparkly. Yeah, this is a wearable shade. It's wearable but special. I love this. I love it. So you can make this palette a wearable palette, or you can make it very deep. So I'm just doing it real quick. So a very easy formula. It doesn't feel too thick. So this shade on the rock, it is on the soft side. So if you do a swatch with your finger or use your finger, it's really soft. You'll move around the product. It's like a crumbling effect. You will see it right there. So this is like really different comparing to the other shimmers, but it's so pretty. One of my favorite shades. And I think, yeah, this one, since it's a crumbling effect, you're gonna get a little bit fallout. So just pat the brush a little bit. And if you want, you could tap the excess out, but that's why you need NYX glitter glue for this shade. So it has a little bit of purple on this side. Oh my gosh. So this shade is special now, just to put it all over the lid. It's really, really pretty. So I think I want to get the shade Happy Hour right here. It's like a pinky orangey shade. This one's kind of on the sheer side, but I think it'll look really pretty as an inner corner, or even all over the lid too. It has a little bit of purple. I'm just gonna use my pinky. Oh, so I got too much. So let me just spread out. I know that's why with the brush you're more precise, but sometimes I do the perfect shape just using my finger, like the triangle shape. Sometimes it is on the sheer side. When I swatched it, it was like a topper shimmer, kind of transparent kind of shade, but in the inner corner it adds in like a nice little peachy pop. So pretty. All right, so now the bottom, should we do a pop of color? So I think I'm gonna go with the pop of color on the bottom. So I'm gonna get the shade Cocktails, and then we're gonna get the shade Neon Lights. Yesterday was Mother's Day, and I know I was supposed to relax, but I didn't. I cleaned the 2 rooms, but I wasn't in the mood to clean. So it took me longer than I wanted to. Just a hint. This is like a neon shade, but just to kind of complement that peachy tone a little bit. See? It's a neon shade, but it's because I have green underneath, so it's making it kind of brownish. Yeah, I'm just gonna go off camera and put some natural lashes on. I'll be right back. Let me see what the time. I finished within 15 minutes. Right here's the first look, and it's really pretty, really pretty. Such a wearable look. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with the palette so far. So I already went out, you guys, to pick up my daughter. Yeah, I added more blush. My makeup underneath was very like nude and natural, so I needed to add more pink since I'm using pink. I think I'm just gonna do 2 looks, sadly, because I'm running out of time. But I'm loving this shade so much. I already knew I was gonna love it. That's why I wanted to use it right away. And this shade is so pretty. So, okay, yeah, really good quality with this shimmer. The mattes, I think the mattes I use were good, except for this one. I mean, it's not that bad, but I think you just have to be careful with the shade. So, yeah, pretty. So if you don't mind, like, just being careful with that shade. But yeah, that's how greens are usually. It's like a green bluish shade, and it has not creased at all. Like, it's not creasing. So I'm really, really happy about that. Really great quality so far. So I'm just gonna take some pictures and then we're just gonna move on to the next look. We're just gonna jump into the second eye look, and I want to use this shade Neon Lights. I think both looks are gonna have a little bit of pink, especially this one. Just want to use it as a transition. And of course you could build it up. It has like an inner corner. I mean, I haven't tried, but I imagine it to be pretty pigmented enough for inner corner. But yeah, blending this into a transition is very easy. Like, it kind of barely shows. Like, it's a very light, but I'm sure you could build it up. So that's a good thing. I'm gonna build it up in a bit. Like, I'm not sure how bright it can be as an inner corner, but it's like not that bad. Like, it's bright enough, but it's not too neon. Maybe it could be more neon, of course, on top of a lighter base. But it's like a nice hot pink shade. So I'm just building it up on my crease area a little bit. So I know I'm doing kind of like a monochromatic look, but I'm gonna try to use more shades for this look. I'm gonna get the shade Chaser. Usually I don't do monochromatic looks. I love mixing colors, but I will change it up. I just want to test out a little bit more shades this time. But this shade seems fine. Oops. Okay, well, let's do a little liner thing almost. And then just blend this part right here. So on top of that pink, it kind of leans a little bit more purple than burgundy. I really want to use that Moonlight shade as an inner corner. So let's use that neon shade right here. I'm gonna get a Blend Bunny B3 brush, like a pointy brush kind of. Gonna get that neon Moonlight shade. See how it builds up on the inner corner? It's really pigmented. Ooh, oh, okay. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good as an inner corner. Like, it's pigmented. It is a little bit powdery though, so look, it's, well, let me get the shade Top Shelf. It's like the metallic, and I want to use a brand new product I haven't used. I'm pretty satisfied with the mattes right now, but this just came in. That's why I'm only doing 2 eye looks for this palette. But I got my Smoky Glam palette just today, and I want to use this. I got this Shimmer Stay. It's a Shimmer Stay primer. Like, I always use my NYX, but it comes with a doofla. Ooh, so I'm gonna get my finger. I don't want to dirty the doofla. It's like really wet. So I'm just gonna put it all up to here. We'll get my finger with this eye, and then I'll use my brush on the other side. So these are like super strong. Yeah, these metallics are so pigmented. I barely get a little bit. Got a little bit, and that was enough. And I flipped my brush so I could get more product, because I don't want the glitter primer to impair it. And I have to switch it around again. I think on the brush it works fine too. But I think with the finger you'll get a more smoother application, of course. This one you just have to like, I mean, it's kind of smooth, but I'm just slowly building it up so I don't do it too much. And just smooth it out just a little bit, just pat it. But I want to add some texture. I want to get that shade Happy Hour, and I'm going to put it in the inner part to the arch a little bit. But I just want some light shade. It's like a pink and orange duochrome, so I thought, yeah, I think it would add a nice touch. Oh, that's so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, super pink. Now it's looking super pink. I used the shade Neon Lights on the bottom, just very lightly. I'm not sure if I blocked the camera for that one, but let me get the shade Chaser. We're gonna deepen it up, and then we're gonna get the shade Nightlife in a bit. But let's get Chaser. And I'm gonna go all the way up here a little bit. I feel like I should add another shade because it's like super like monochromatic with the pop of color. I feel like I should add the blue shade. Well, we could add the blue shade like a liner thing. that shade Bustling. So let's get that. We're gonna get the shade Bustling, and I'm gonna do it. Ooh, that's gonna look so cool. I'm not gonna try to hide that line. I'm just kind of outlining just a little hint. So let me get that shade Happy Hour, and I'm just gonna put it on my bottom of my lid. This is a pink and orange, so hopefully it looks more orange, so we can have a little pop. And I'm just using my finger real quick. Let me get that Bustling shade and just bring it like I'll just outline it. It's supposed to be like a neon shade, but let me just outline it like that. I think I will be a lot happier. Yeah, I'm a lot happier like that. So I know this look is more a little complicated. Usually I love doing these type of looks. Sometimes I do wearable looks too. I would say wearable looks, like the first one, that one was very wearable. I like doing dramatic looks like this like all the time. Just so fun. Let me just put some lashes, gel liner, change my lip, and then we'll be right back to give you guys my final thoughts about this palette. So right here's the finished look, and I did went ahead and added like another color because I needed more depth. It was like too much pink, too monochromatic for me. So I went ahead and used the shade Nightlife off camera, and it works great. This shade, this blue shade, of course I still need to test that shade out as a transition shade, see how it does, but it was really easy just to add this depth look, this little V thing. In certain lining you'll see that neon liner kind of look. So yeah, this is a very fun look. There was only 2 shades I wasn't able to use, so it was the shade Play Hard, which is the cool tone brown, and the shade After Dark, that was the metallic. That I used all the dual chromes. I still want to see how this one looks on the inner lid. I think on the inner lid it's gonna look so beautiful, or even all over the lid too, the shade Bustling, because it's like, it's very glowy. It's like purple blue, and it's very strong. I think it'll look gorgeous on the inner part, or even the outer part too. You could do like a bluish purplish look, even with a hint of green. Like, you could do so many different looks with this palette. I love all these shades. I love all the shimmers. I love all the mattes. The neon shades though, I will say, I think they're not gonna like last. I think I'll kind of stay on, but I don't think it's gonna last fully. I mean, it's a good neon, but not a perfect neon. The pink, I still have to see how it looks on the inner corner, but I feel like it's not gonna be as vibrant as this Moonlight shade. I think this is gonna be your brightest neon comparing the two. Well, the only shade I had trouble with was the shade Showbiz on my first look. I love the shade, like I love the tone of it. It's very, oh my gosh, I love blue green kind of shades. Like, this is such a gorgeous shade. This palette is just a new favorite now. Is it my #1 favorite right now? You know, originally before I tried it out, I thought it was. I'm not sure. I just need to play around with it because I only done 2 looks. I want to see what else I can do before I place it as my #1 favorite right now. But I really love this palette. I just love the colors they chose. So I think they did a great job, and plus the quality, I feel like it's a major improvement from the Nocturnal palette. Like, it's like a step up. So the Nocturnal palette, it's a little bit more wearable. Like, the shimmers, they're shifty, they're sparkly, but I feel like the shift, like, it's kind of like subtle, like a little bit subtle, the shifts. Like, it's not too dramatic. Like, I think these dual chromes on the Nocturnal palette are more wearable, while Into the Night are a little bit more dramatic, which is my style. But there's only a few shimmers that are really wearable. The Happy Hour on the Rocks are more on the wearable side. You could make it dramatic depending how you do it, like if you would deepen up your looks, but I think those 2 shades are so pretty. I think this shade's a little bit more special because you guys seen from the swatches and the comparison, the Bustling shade is like a nice purple blue glowy shade. It's so pretty to shift. It's like a very smooth shift too. If you have a Nocturnal palette and you love the Nocturnal palette and you love the color story of this and you're interested in this, I say pick it up whenever they have it available again. Right now it's out of stock, but I highly recommend this. And as long as you're okay with the 2 metallics, I know some people are not a huge fan of strong metallics like that because they're very like a standout kind of shade, like they're very dramatic in a way. Another suggestion you could do, instead of using metallic as all over the lid, you could also use it as a liner. So Top Shelf has a liner, or After Dark has a liner. you could do that too. I want to be playing around with it. I only did 2 looks, so it's not like I could fully test the palette, but so far I'm really loving it. It's a new favorite for sure, so I'm very happy with it. So that's gonna be it for my review. So I really hope you guys find this review helpful. I'm sorry I couldn't do it like a 3rd additional look. I'm gonna try to do it as a short, or you know, YouTube short / Instagram reel, so you guys could see another look. And I will update you guys later on, like in a ranking video, like if this is gonna be #1 for the month, maybe, because it's really good. It's really good. But that's gonna be it, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.